Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Motorman Dane, and today we are getting into the Cyclopean Gaze. Equipping petrifies enemies who attack player. Petrifies the player if used. Player will not drop aggro. This is a pretty good item, especially if you're running. If you're running melee, it's a good item, I guess. If you're running range, not so much, but it can help against the gnolls, like the pesky gnolls that chase you. If you have this on you, turn them to stone. Of course, you could just do the Jar Ghost as well. That also works against gnolls pretty effectively, so either one really. You gotta petrify 75 enemies. The unique upgrades is always petrifies enemies. Greatly reduces the cooldown of the trap, or of the trap, of the trinket. And then your special upgrades explode, dealing AoE physical damage when trinket deactivates. You can either deactivate it or it'll deactivate. That being said, I normally run always petrifies enemies because I just don't use the active as much as I probably should whenever I use it. But it's one of those things where, you know, you got other trinkets you want to use. If you're running melee, you typically you're heavier in the trinkets, right? You go like the blade staff, maybe the stone staff, and then you got trinkets. You got this, you got the healing trinket, you got the Jar Ghost, you got the lightning ring, and you just have other things that you need to like activate. And yeah, you just kind of have to cycle through all your stuff to get there. So it's a bit much. It's a bit much. And for that reason, I use the always petrifies enemies. Because I don't really activate this as much as the other stuff I might activate. However, I will say that Cyclopean Gaze could potentially be one of the better things for Endless. One of the better trinkets. And I mean that because like damage from the lightning ring will like drop or whatever. But if you don't drop aggro and there's a lot of sappers and you can become invincible, you can soak up sapper damage by, you know, jumping into all the sappers and then using the Cyclopean Gaze trinket, and then they target you and they blow you up. The problem is the targeting. If they don't target you at all, then it doesn't matter. They'll run past you anyways, which can happen on Endless, late game Endless. So in theory it's good. In practice, maybe not. But try it out. If you're having a hard time with sappers blowing up your barricades, stand in front of your barricades, pop this, and they will attack you. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the game files. First thing we have to look at is the Cyclopean Gaze attributes. Okay. The passive status effect duration is 3 seconds, which is the petrification. The application chance is 0.5. By default, this is 0.5. It goes up to 1, which is 100% after this. So as is, without the unique upgrade, they're going to be petrified 50% of the time that they attack you, which means if you get the greatly reduced cooldown, that stays at 50%. The active status effect duration is 10 seconds. So it lasts 10 seconds as you activate it. That's important to know because when we look at the cooldown, you'll realize this is actually not a bad trinket at all. The explosion radius is 600. That is the this thing here, the explode dealing AoE physical damage when trinket deactivates. That's what this is. Explosion radius 600. That's 4 grid squares, which is the size of 4 guardian archers stacked in a line. And the explosion damage is 70 physical damage, as it says here, type physical. Okay, let's look at we don't really need to go status effects. I don't think it's anything unique. It's just petrification, which is 30% bonus physical damage. That's it. But let's go ahead and look at Gaze. Oh, yeah, this is the active. This is the player. The player does not take any damage at all. These are all values of 0. That's what this is. Okay. I got a little confused there for a second. I'm like, wait a second. What do you mean? Yeah, because you can't take collateral damage. You can't take fire damage, ice damage, nothing. So you're immune. So this is whenever you activate it. That's what it is. I wonder if they have a different Gaze. Okay, here you go. Passive stoned. Okay, yeah, default duration of 3. And physical damage, yeah, 30% bonus physical damage. So, same as always, I guess, you know, same as the normal petrification for other stuff. All right, let's see the trinket protest. We have the Cyclopean Gaze trinket here. The active ability cooldown is 15 seconds. Now, remember, I did say, remember this 10-second active duration. So, it's active for 10 seconds and cooldown for 15. We'll take a look at what that looks like in the game whenever we're going to play it. It does not cost anything. You do unlock it whenever you buy the DLC for the Ice DLC. And that's it. Okay, and for our upgrades, the unique upgrade number 1 always petrifies enemies. It passive status effect application changes to 100%. So every attack they have, whenever you have it equipped in your hotbar, anywhere in your hotbar, should always stun the enemies versus some of the time. The unique upgrade 2 greatly reduces cooldown by 5 seconds. This takes this 15 right here. It takes this 15 active ability cooldown down to 10. Remember, the status effect duration is 10. Maybe we're going somewhere with this. And then that's it. So you have those two things. Oh, the special. I'm sorry. The special, all it does is activate or allow this to be true. The explode on deactivation, which is this right here. Okay. All right. Let's jump into a game and take a look at what that looks like. All right. Here we have a bunch of enemies attacking us. And if we let them hit us. Okay. That's pretty unlucky. All right. One of them turned into stone. I did change it from the 100% to 50% chance. So they turned to stone there. Now I'm going to activate it. And you see they're not turning into stone, but they do have a chance to do it. 50% chance. So, but they will attack. They will attack. Now, this may not be as good. Now, it's on a 10-second cooldown. So look how fast it's coming up. Look at this. Look at how quick it's coming back. And boom, use it again. Isn't that crazy? That's pretty crazy. All right. So, is that better or worse to have the great reduced cooldown? Well, I'm going to show you why it's probably better to do the always stone enemies instead of greatly reduces. Now, the reason you want it to always stone enemies is very, very basic. Look at how many enemies are around me right now. We've got, what, 6, 7? And they're all attacking. Every time they become petrified, they drop aggro, and every other thing around you can attack you. And the difference between 10 and 15 seconds is only a 33% increase, whereas a 50% increase for things always getting petrified. Look at this. I haven't even lost a single life because as things are attacking me, they're dropping aggro, and the things behind them are going to come up and attack me, and then they're going to drop aggro, and so you're going to get many more people or many more enemies kind of surrounding you because of the 100% petrification, especially when using the ability. So that's just kind of what I wanted to show you guys there. I think it's better for that particular reason. But you let me know what you think about the Cyclopean Gaze. And if you're wondering about how it's used, check the comments. Maybe somebody there has talked about the Cyclopean Gaze, what they do with it. If they use it, if they like it, if you like it, go ahead and let me know. If you don't like it, let me know why you don't like it. I think it's in a pretty good place, you know. Like I said, theoretically, it's really good for endless, especially if you have sappers. And otherwise, it's generally good if you're running melee, especially if you're running a melee build. So, yeah, I don't know. You tell me. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And why? All right. Guys, as always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow us, Twitch. I will see you on the flip side. Deuces.